All right, and they're off. Good luck to both runners. And with X3, we get this scene. It's really pretty short, but always just a bummer. You have to wait through this intro cutscene. Got X and Zero coming in to take down this giant B mech. And you're gonna see right off the bat in this intro stage, do well with the Buster to get through all of these enemies without stopping. I know a lot of different runners have different ways of doing it, but I mean, as you can get the enemies out of the way. And of course we've got Mac, the most forgettable Maverick. Pretty much the whole series, I would say. Captures X. And surprise, surprise, Zero comes in, save the day. Our first ability to actually play as Zero. Basically the game's way of telling you, hey, you can switch to Zero now and play him in this game. And it looks like Laseki's gonna enter a little bit ahead of Nordren. Pretty easy. And then rescue X. And we're gonna switch back to X. Alright, and now they're coming up to Moa. Basically, a dude with two giant mace fists. He goes down pretty quick, but you kind of have to like manage your charges. Just so you kill him as fast as possible. I see Justin wanted to join commentary. No, that's fine. I'm a little bit tired myself, but you know, there'll be plenty more for you guys. No stage is done. Barely a lead, Laseki maybe by like a half second to a second. Coming out of this, and they are going to they're going to Frozen Buffalo stage next. The ice physics in this game. On any of the slopes, you can get a huge speed boost. Especially in Mega Man X3, it's very movement intensive. With the ladder gaps being so wide, you pretty much want to get as many of them as you can. Ooh, looks like Nordren had a little bit of trouble on that one. Laseki getting through that section with all the ladders pretty cleanly. So that's going to give him a little bit more of a lead, just from that movement based. You can tell that add up with what little difference there is in movement. It looks like Laseki missed that little bit of a slope at the end. Let's see if Nordren hits it. Hits it, but he doesn't get the air dash. Another little movement optimization you can do is hitting that slope and then air dashing. And here we've got Buffalo. I'm not sure if either one of them is going to go for a CFO strat. Doesn't look like Laseki's going to. Nordren's doing it though. But yeah, this boss's AI is pretty great. Turns around, he'll think you're behind him and then start bashing his head into the wall. So usually what we're going to do is just use full charges because they each do 2 damage. But what Nordren's doing, which actually let him catch up a little bit is there's a bit of time between each hit where you're not actually hitting Frozen Buffalo. So if you can shoot a lemon on him, you can kind of optimize that fight a bit more. All right, and they're both going to be going to Acid Seahorse next. Again, also has some pretty movement-intensive sections. There's no slopes, no ice physics, but this first climb correctly. Looks like they're both taking it in slightly different ways. Nordren doing the double kicks at the very end. At the very bottom of the climb. I'm not sure if I caught all of that, but... And a clean entrance into these little turtle enemies. And like I thought, yep, he's gonna go for he's gonna go for the enhanced chip. Interesting choice. Elevator skip later on. He's not used to the saber jumps and just likes doing it with Triad Thunder, but we'll see if he's gonna take advantage of the enhanced chip in other sections of the game. We'll give Nordren the lead, assuming Nordren isn't also going to stop for any extra upgrades. Alright, Nordren coming into the Acid Seahorse fight. Let's see if he can nail the quick kill. And Crush Crawfish 2 actually have some really weird iframe properties to them. Looks like he missed it a little bit. It gets the 3 cycle though. Still good. A quick kill really. But there's a period of time after you hit him with the first ice that he's vulnerable within what looks like his iframe, so you kind of mash a bunch of ice fangs into him. But you kind of have to cut it short because you want to do it a second time as well if you want to go for the 2 cycle. So he's going to have to wait an extra, yep. So technically still a 3 cycle, but he only had to mash through the 2 times. Alright, and everybody's favorite cutscene. Looks like Nordren's already pretty much through it. Furious Maverick B. Alright, Nordren making his way through Tunnel Rhino stage. Looks like he's going to be using some Buster strats on these wall barrier enemies. And going for a sub-tank as well. Let's see if Laseki also goes for that sub-tank. Again, this stage is also movement intensive in its own way compared to Acid Seahorse and Buffalo. Ladder gap jumps, just like always. But the stage itself has like a very square-like build to it. And with these conveyor belts and these double kicks here and there that you have to do. Making it through the stage fast can be a bit of a challenge. on top of that, something I didn't mention before, but within the runners of Mega Man X3 is there's a lot of enemies that do contact damage for at least half your health. A problem in any percent because we're usually not grabbing any of the hearts or sub-tanks, but for safety, Nordren grab the sub-tank, and we'll see if there's going to be any other safety grabs, but that's definitely a big issue in Mega Man X3, any percent, is we kind of just don't want to get hit by anything. Yeah, it looks like they both got bit. So we're not really going to see any difference in a lead, any fake lead, you know. We'll be seeing anybody else having to fight the boss in the next couple of stages. Oh man, Laseki cutting it a little bit close. Let's see if he's going to do some Ice Fang strats to get some health. It out to get all the way to Tunnel Rhino boss gate. Oh, we got a little bit of health. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna go for it. Alright, we've got Nordren fighting Tunnel Rhino. Pretty simple boss. You'll notice a trend with these bosses. Their obsession with ramming their heads into walls. Oh, Rhino and Blizzard Buffalo. Bit and Bite as well. Alright, it looks like Laseki's should be good on health for this fight. Fight itself is you don't like drop any inputs or, you know, have anything squirrely happen, you should be fine. Alright, so they're both going to be coming into stage, the Safari Park. Nordren gonna go for the ice strat, going through that hallway, and let's see if he can get the quick kill on this tunnel worm of sorts mini boss. Gonna jump up, shoot 2 Ice Fangs, and then try to air dash into him and get. He misses it just by a little bit. Alright, Laseki's turn to see if he can get it. Nice, he nails it, and he gets the dash right into the door. So with drill also, you can do with it, if you drill into enemies, you can basically just, not entirely sure how that works or why it works like that. But since we have it in this stage, there's a couple instances, especially in that section right there, and Nordren opting out not to use it there, but with the little ground chomper dude, you can drill through him as well. Alright, and now Nordren looking like he's having a good fight so far. Good old Sparkles Tiger. Basically want him to shoot out as many of his little sparkles as he can. Oh no, but he's getting some slashes, that's not good. That wastes a lot of time. Don't tell me. 4? 5? Oh jeez. 6? Wow, that is some really bad luck. This might be a chance for Laseki to catch up a little bit. Gets one. Oh, he gets two. So he did make up a bit of time there. Was that 7? I counted 6. I think it was 6, yeah. Alright, Nordren using the drill, just like I said, to go straight through that little red egg turret dude. This stage also can be pretty movement intensive. There's a lot of interesting enemy placement. Some enemies pretty much directly in your way. Looks like Laseki trying to go for a double up dash there. I would think, yeah. I forgot about, but if you have double up dash, you might as well not wait for the little elevator and just go for it. It's like Nordren getting through that section after the boss gate, the bit and bite room, pretty well. Depending on what kind of strats you're using. It looks like they're both going for Buster. Oh, and then Laseki gonna stay with the Buster and not use Drill. Alright, and we're on to the catfish fight. The less drills we have to use at the end, the better. And Catfish doesn't really do that much damage with any of his attacks, so most of them you can damage boost through and you'll still be fine. Literally no threat of getting hit by him. Looks like Nordren not having the best of luck. I'm not sure how many drills this is. It's 3 so far. Or it looks like 6. It's gonna go for 6 drills. Becky having a bit of a better time. What is this, a 3 drill? Yeah, 3 drill, nice. He's gonna gain a little bit more time on Nordren for that one. Alright, and now they're done with 3 through 5 Mavericks, so now they're on onto the 6 through 8. But on the 3rd through 5th, you'll see Bite rooms, and then on the 6th or 8th, you'll see Bite. So at any point during one of these boss rooms, we'll see Bite this time around. Very strange little cutscene with the ace or whatever, the red ground enemy just busts through the floor for whatever reason. Alright, Nordren's getting Bite right away. They both get Bite right away, wow. Bite at the same exact time. It's interesting. Yeah, right. Room with a view. It's the best. This is the best room to fight Bite in for sure. Like they're both gonna menu. Yep. There is a strat to not menu. Getting Bite to ram into the wall that he was just at. But a bit of a safer strat would just to menu out. Actually kill Bitter Bite with their weakness. They have a very long explosion sequence, and if you end up killing both of them doing that, you're gonna have to fight Press Disposer and Doppler 1, which is something you really don't want to do. So you always want to watch out for that with Buster. Alright, now we get to find out who that mysterious maverick was. Whole time! Mark II, I think, right? Vile Mark II. So basically on this fight, you want to start out with 4 charge shots, 4 full charge shots, and then the rest of it go with Ray Splasher. In Bit and Bite, you actually want to kill this guy with the weakness. Because if you don't, he'll end up staying alive, and then on Doppler 2 stage, it'll appear as if he's already been through the stage, and you'll have to fight him instead of the Volt Kuragile, or whatever it's called. Uh-oh, it looks like you... Yeah, Nordren's gonna have to... a couple Ray Splashers. Also, a big problem with that is if you kill Vile, the Mosquito's boss fight won't show up, and you won't be able to get the saber. So that can be a huge run killer if it ends up going. Laseki's showing off a little bit of the untold Triad Thunder tech. You pretty much just mash the shoot button as you're using it, and it'll flip around and then flip to the other side. Yeah, it looks like Nordren's gonna be fine. He's got some health now, and Vile escape, so that's always good. Yeah, Laseki fares on this final climb up to Crush Crawfish. Interesting method. He makes it up there pretty quick though. And Nordren coming up to it as well. Like he's going to utilize a lot of double kicks to get that extra height. And let's see how Laseki fares on the Crush Crawfish fight. Looks like he does just fine. Doesn't get the 2 cycle, but has to use 1 extra Triad Thunder. It doesn't really lose him that much time. In 100%, you'll have the... so you kind of just take advantage of his iframes and use the charge shot, and it takes down his health pretty much instantly. But in this fight, still utilize that vulnerability that Crush Crawfish has. And kind of just shoot as many lemons at him as fast as you can before using the next Triad Thunder. Looks like Nordren had a little bit of a weird fight, but they're both out of that stage. And Laseki coming into good old Gravity Beat Bood. You'll see him start using the scissors. I keep forgetting what this weapon's called for some reason. The scissor blades, right? Scissor blades. Against the little red egg turret dudes. Spinning blade, thank you. Keep wanting to say scissors, because yeah, he's like scissors shrimper. Alright, let's see how Laseki does on this elevator skip. See, as you can see here, it takes out those enemies pretty quick. Ooh, it looks like he missed 1 piece of it though, so had a little bit of a hiccup there. They're in a very similar way. Nordren having a bit of a cleaner one for sure. That looked pretty clean. Alright, Nordren coming up to the last little final climb. He's going to be using Buster strats instead of Triad Thunder like Laseki did. A real epic boss fight. Gravity Beetle, as he tries his hardest to jump at X, but he can't quite seem to make it. If only he could jump just a little bit farther. Alright, and now they're both going to be going on to the final Maverick stage, Blast Hornet. See how Laseki does on this bit of a skip. It looks like he's just going to opt out completely and go with the up dash strat. Works just as well. See if Nordren's going to go for the ledge grabs. So, also just going to go with the up dashes. It really doesn't save you that much time to do the ledge grabs, but it always looks really cool when it's pulled off. Alright, and then the wireframe mini-boss, the little ninja star thing. We're just going to use acid on him. Whenever you shoot him, he moves upwards, kind of does like a little jump. So you kind of just want to space out your shots to make sure you're not in the way. And he decides to jump, and then, you know, bounce off the wall. The roof section, which I've seen people do a variety of different ways. You generally want to use Buster though, for sure, because this little section can create a ton of lag if you're using any of the Maverick weapons. So however best you can get through there, trying to minimize as much lag as possible. Looks like they both go through it in a bit of a similar fashion. Alright, and Laseki coming up to the Blast Hornet fight. You're going to be using the Scissor Blades for the fight. Blast Hornet's technical weakness is to gravity well, but it's very slow. Do the damage, and yeah, it's just not worth using. And 100% it's worth using because we can use the charge version of it and menu swap out of it, which can be a lot faster than this, but since the Scissor Blades already do 2 damage anyway, and his iframes are pretty short, we're going to go with that. It's much faster than the uncharged Gravity Well. And with that, Nordren also killing Blast Hornet, we are on to the Doppler stages. You can do a double hit, that's pretty cool. I think I missed your run, Justin. I did catch X2, but I didn't catch X3. Okay, so we've got one more little cutscene, thankfully a lot shorter than the first one. And Laseki is going to be entering the Doppler stages. It's like Laseki not going to be going for the little acid strat through the ladder gap, just going to wait it out on that one little enemy. Coming up to the wall crushers, a really, really bad place to lose an input, which has happened to me times before. More times than I would like. Alright, and Laseki on to the Ride Armor mini-boss. Zero comes in telling him, hey, the ceiling's falling, I'm gonna help you real quick. I gotta make sure the ceiling doesn't fall while you're fighting this guy. So you are 2-0 after you kill the ride armor the better, so that's why we give him a hit, jump around, and then do the last two. Looks like Laseki's still got the Ice Fang out, so he's gonna farm a little bit of health. See him using the double dash in some of these sections. Not something you would usually see in any percent run, but since he has it, he might as well utilize it. Nordren very, very low on health, but he should be fine, just because the God Car Machine fight isn't necessarily that. Oh no, Nordren! Where does he start? Oh, he starts right after that. Okay, that's not the worst one in the world. Alright, well, he's full health now. Laseki done with the... And Nordren just coming into it. So Laseki with what I would say is a commanding lead at this point, but anything can happen in the next Doppler stage. Ooh, Laseki almost getting out of that first section damage list, but takes a hit right at the very end. Alright, and this is where we're going to be getting the Saber. So we switch to 0 at this point. Where if you fight the Mosquitoes boss fight with 0, the Mosquitoes thing will come down and actually take away pretty much the rest of 0's health. He'll call in X and say, hey man, take my Saber, go without me. And with that, we get the Saber. He's not going to be using it though for the elevator skip. He's going to go for the 100% strat for the elevator skip. You can see with the double dash, you can kind of actually make it through that section a little bit faster than you normally would, having to do a Saber jump. It looks like he's going to start over. He was a little bit low. He's pretty low. He still gets the damage boost, though. He's fine. Take one more. Oh no, Laseki! He didn't have quite enough health for the next damage boost. Man, they're pretty much, well, not dead even, but they're pretty even now. Nordren coming through the gate with the Saber. I'm not sure if he wanted to go for that extra damage boost or if that was on accident. They're both on the elevator skip as we speak. Nordren making his way up. Is he gonna take the lead right here? Oh, he doesn't get the weapon swap at the end. He's gonna try and save it. Oh man, that would have been a hard one to save. It would have been very impressive though. He doesn't quite make it though. Alright, with that, Laseki has a chance. It's a race to see who gets elevator skip first. Nordren, one more. Alright, Nordren takes the lead. See what Laseki's going to do here. I think he's going to He might ride it out for just a second here. Take that damage boost. And he can't take any more, so he's just gonna have to wait it out for a half second here. He can make the double. Yeah, there he goes. All right. Nordren moving on, taking out boss real quickly with the saber. Laseki as well. 2 sabers and you're done. These refights as well. 2 sabers. 2 saber hits for each boss pretty much. Except for 2 of them actually. 2 of them will hopefully just do with 1 saber hit. And we always go to Blast Hornet first, just because it's the closest little teleporter. This is a pretty close race still. Nordren only 1 refight ahead. And you'll see with Nordren and Laseki as well, you can't actually shoot the saber until the charge shot is off screen. So you generally want to shoot it off screen, and either against the wall or something like that, so you can get the saber out as quick as possible. All right, Nordren coming into the seahorse fight. Let's see if he gets the quick kill. Just like before, Acid Seahorse has some weird iframes, so just with 1 ice, and then you wait for the charge and shoot him, both with the charge shot and the saber, it takes out his health pretty much instantly. There for a second. Laseki opting out for the saber quick kill. I'm away. And yeah, Nordren screen, you also saw that with Crush Crawfish. Same idea. You just use one of the Triad Thunders and then kind of take advantage of the weird iframes on Crawfish. And saber hit him pretty much just the 1 time, and it takes out all his health at once. Yeah, we got some sync boss explosions here with Sparkles Tiger and Tunnel Rhino as well. See if Laseki's gonna go for the saber quick kill. I'm pretty sure he will. Yeah, the Crush Crawfish quick kill is pretty free compared to the Seahorse kill. Seahorse one is also pretty free, but the Crawfish one is like, yeah, it's like super, super easy. Haven't been paying that close enough attention, but I think Nordren is still at least 1 Maverick ahead of Laseki. Yeah, he's still gotta go to Gravity Beetle. I believe they both still... No, Nordren already got Gravity Beetle. Oh, and he gets 2 charges. Wow, that's pretty lame. Uh-oh. Nordren having a bit of trouble with Tiger. He just gonna wait it out? Alright, he jumped up, so he's got a chance. And the double jump, alright. He's good now. That might have spelled a bit of... Kept shooting out his little sparkles. Alright, let's see where they're at now. Laseki just getting done with Catfish. Nordren gonna take a bit of a health break. It's a good drop second time around. Alright. And Laseki also done with his last Maverick. It looked like some of those pit stops that Nordren had to take added up a little bit. Not the best fight against Neon Tiger as well. Laseki gonna take the health. Hopefully, let's see a quick kill from both of them on Doppler. Looks like Nordren not gonna go for it, but just as fast that way too. Looks like they're both doing a similar thing. Loses you a bit of time, but it's not that bad compared to the quick kill. The quick kill, you just kind of want to put yourself up against the right wall and shoot your shot off screen while Doppler's still in iframes, and then saber him from behind. Because when X actually pulls out the saber with your back faced away from them, or your back face turned to them, because the saber, as he pulls it out, comes around from the other side. We're going for the saber gap jump, unfortunately. Dash, and he's up. Alright, Nordren on the final fight. This could be it right here. It's the first head tap. He's at full health, so he's looking good. Laseki gonna play it a little bit safer. Gonna wait for Sigma to jump in the air. All right, so he's also at full health. Ooh, Nordren, bit of a tight spot. He should be fine though. Yep, he's good. And with that, you can't quite call it yet, but it's definitely looking like Nordren has taken the win. Laseki getting the kill on Kaiser Sigma. Very, very close race for sure. Into the final ledge. It looks like he's going to take it with a time of 43.53. Pretty sure. A late 43.53. Nordren. And Laseki just behind him. Looks like he's going to take a bit of a lava bath. Kind of wanted to get his feet wet there for a second. 44.14. All right, so I believe that is the first win for Nordren. He also has to race Torta Diego and Thunderface in this group. as well as Laseki also having to race Torta and Thunderface. But yeah, GG to both runners. Very nicely done. Got down to it. But with Nordren not making any dire mistakes at the very end, he's going to take this one. Alright, so later today, actually, there's going to be 2 more X3 races. We've got Celis and Zam, who are going to race at 6 p.m. here on Speed Gaming, as well as directly after that is myself against Louise. So those are going to be some pretty good races. I'm hoping to hold my own a little bit against Louise, against JP the other day. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. But yeah, definitely check out those. It's going to be Celis and Zam at 6 and myself and Louise at 7. And also be sure to follow these runners, Laseki and Nordren. Both really, really great runners. What is that gif? Nightmare fuel right there. What? You can't even speak. What the hell is that? I guess. I'm not really sure. If those are Easter eggs or not. They might be. Alright, so with that, guys, thanks again for coming out for the race this morning. It was definitely a good one, a pretty close one. Be sure to follow the runners, and be sure to follow Speed Gaming as well for a lot more X3 tournament, as well as all the other tournaments that are being hosted here. So with that, I am out.